That's today. Welcome.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to the Heed Army podcast's coverage of Gateshead versus Bromley here in the National League. And, Gateshead in fine form at the moment, unbeaten. Well, I say unbeaten in quite a few games, but they've won their last 6 in the National League. And National League security, they're going to be here next season, not by the looks of it. It would take a disaster for Gateshead to fall back near the relegation zone, and safety could be established here today if Gateshead better the result of Torquay United. But Bromley, they're still pushing to get into the playoff spots, and they will be full of attack, I'd imagine, here this afternoon. And it's going to be a very, very entertaining game. It's a lovely day here on Tyneside. Don't know if the National League TV streaming service has picked us up yet, but if you can see on the cameras on there, it is absolutely glorious. We've got a slight wind coming from the south of the ground, and hopefully we're going to see a lovely afternoon's football. We do have the teams in front of us. We'll get into them very, very shortly, but we'd love you to interact with us here on the Heed Army podcast. And more importantly, join us on Thursday night at 8 p.m. where we'll be talking about this game and, of course, the Dorking game on Tuesday. So to do that, you can message us and say, here's an example. There we go. That's the stream on there. So if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, give us a message. We can put it up there and we'll read it out throughout the game when there's a break in play. And if you'd like to let us know where you're listening from, any predictions, any plans for Wembley as well. And while we're on about Wembley, Gateshead FC's travel partners, Dawson and Sanderson, have a few good deals up. And this apologies. It's great when technology doesn't work. But on our screen on YouTube, which there we go. It's going to come up now. There we are. You can travel down from £65 return to Wembley on the day, or there is other offers with Dawson and Sanderson through Caledonian Travel, where I think from £139 you can get your train fare and overnight stay as well. So however you're getting down to Wembley, let us know. Are you looking forward to it? But of course, today it's about league safety, and can Gateshead guarantee it today? We've got a message here from good afternoon, Dave. Hope you're okay. Come on, Gateshead. I'm doing all right. We're going to have Kenton Richardson join us here this afternoon on the commentary. Of course, out injured at the moment. Hopefully, we've got him to get back in action for Wembley on May the 21st. We'll be able to speak to him a little bit later on. But it's all about. So if you'd like to do as creative, send any message. But first, we're going to play a message from our sponsors, because of course, without them, we wouldn't be able to broadcast like this. And also follow our social medias. There we go. Be a beautiful person. Like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to us on YouTube. We did pass the 500 mark this past week, and we got some special mentions to put out there to Milk the Cow and to Emily Focus. They put a little thing there that helped us get over the line, and we're still going, and we'd still love to reach as many people as possible. So if you hit that like the button on the YouTube channel and on Facebook, and let us try and get that algorithm up. We can reach more people on Tyneside and, of course, the world. So wherever you're listening from, let us know. Liv Walden has sent us a message. She's managed to get the trains. We are here. So she's tuned in while she's listening to the stand. Thank you very much, Liv. And Sean Parry, but good afternoon, everybody. Come on the Heed. Well, it is going to be an exciting game. I'll quickly go through the fixtures. There is a couple of changes. Philip Marshall in goal. Ethan Pye, Louis Story, Owen Bailey, Connor Panny, Dan Ward, Ed Francis, Callum Whelan, Captain Greg Ollie, Stephen Wern and Marcus Dinanga make up the starting lineup. On the bench, James Montgomery, Adam Campbell, Aaron Martin, of course, hat-trick hero through the week. Got his first goal in style with another 2 to go with it. On the bench as well is Carl Magny and Camille Conter. So Gateshead using that squad rotation to good effect at the moment. And hopefully we can continue the fine form that Gateshead are in at the moment. And I'll go through the Bromley one very, very shortly. If you're a Bromley fan, please do send us a message as well. We'd love to hear from you here on the Heed Army podcast. And of course on National League TV as well. Cow Daily has put, least we can do is subscribe and tell our friends about the commentary and get the ability to stay in touch with the club because of your efforts. Well, thank you very much. We've got a message from Cyprus. Donna Walton listening from Cyprus, hoping when the game will be on TV so I can watch that out here. Hopefully you can get BT Sport out there. I'm sure there'll be an English bar knocking about in Cyprus. Shout out to my niece Emily, who's 18 tomorrow. Mark Kitman and Carter just presented over a signed Heed shirt. I did just see that down there. Other family watching today, Heed win hopefully. Well, Donna, thank you very much for your message. You can do as Donna's done and also how Alan has done. Would it be correct if Torquay failed to beat York, we are mathematically safe today? If we aren't already, I think it is. That's how we're going to get over the line. And, well, we've done it in some style this back end of the season. If the season had have started from Boxing Day, Gateshead would be sitting quite pretty third in the league, challenging for them top spots. But, alas, it's not to be. But survival was what we wanted this season, and survival looks like what we're going to get. And hopefully that can be confirmed either tonight or on Wednesday night at home to Dorking. Gateshead with that game in hand, of course, over our rivals around us in the National League. But the icing on the cake, a Wembley appearance, the FA Trophy final, May 21st. It's going to be some occasion. The club has come a long, long way, and we are really looking forward. And fingers crossed, it looks all but confirmed that we're going to be bringing you match day commentary on that, and we're very proud to be able to do so. So we haven't counted chickens just yet, but early signs look very good, so it's looking very exciting. Right, I'll go through the Bromley lineup. It's Rhys Charles Cook in goal, Callum Reynolds, Billy Bingham, Omar Suwoni, Michael Cheek, Lewis Dennis, Ryan Shirk, Corey Whiteley, Harry Foster, Jude Arthurs, and Bez Chapoloj is the starting lineup there. Aaron Marriott, Brian Webster, Tej Ellery, James Vennings, and Kellen Fisher make up the bench there. We'll go through them again very, very soon. But as I say, we're seeing more people tuning in and joining us here. Of course, full match commentary, Gateshead versus Bromley. The teams are in the dressing room getting changed, getting their final instructions, and it is a glorious day here on Tyneside. We're starting to see spring just start to tease us with hints of summer, and it's all set up for a great game here this afternoon. And if you have been living under a rock, Gateshead can achieve safety today if we better the result of Torquay. And Bromley, they'll be looking to get themselves into the playoff positions. So, yeah, it's all to play for, and it's all going to be here on the Heed Army podcast audio and National League TV stream. So if you'd like to watch it, you can, and still hear our glorious voices here. I'm going to be joined by Kenton Richardson, of course, out injured at the moment, but it'd be good to have his insight and hopefully have a little chat with him about how his injury is coming along and if he'll be back in time for Wembley. So, yeah, all to talk about, all to do. We're just going to play another one. We do really do need people to help us like and subscribe. It's just about reaching more people. And we're just going to play a little advert here and some of our fantastic drone footage. So have a little look at this.
The Heed Army podcast needs your help. No, we don't need money. All we need is you to do one simple thing. It'll take less than a second. If you could hit that like button, the subscribe button, and share whatever post that we put up regarding Gateshead Football Club, it'll go a long way in helping the show build and ultimately helping us push the club to the moon.
Well, please do like, subscribe, follow us on our social media and share what you see, not only from us, but from the club as well. Let's see the club's travel partners and sponsors. They've all played a part this season And just to give a few mention, Modular Systems, there we can see them on the far side. We've got, of course, Gateshead Central Taxis, Utilita, Team Valley Group, Food Hub, Nuffield Health, JCS Hire, Dawson and Sanderson. And if I've missed any out, there's Fuchs as well, and Wow Hydrate. All of these people have played their part in helping Gateshead achieve what they've achieved this season. And Gateshead fans are absolutely indebted to these people that have put their faith in the club to carry their name and banners on a match day here at Gateshead International Stadium. And I think it's only fair that fans appreciate and acknowledge these people that help the club. We've got a little look around Dixon's Pies as well. And say it's all very much appreciated. And hopefully we'll see a lot of these companies next season here at Gateshead Football Club. We are just waiting the teams to come out. If the National League TV streaming service has joined us, we hope you are excited about today's game as well. And I'll just go through the connotations again. Gateshead can achieve safety here today if they better the result of Torquay United. And of course, Bromley, they're pushing for a promotion spot and get into those playoffs with victory here today. Paul, we've got another one here where Paul Hodgins, but Mickey, the Heeds, what you thinking about the score-wise? Well, he's not on commentary. He's at the back there. So it'll just be waiting for Kent Richardson to join us here today. Mark Rivers is off doing his journalistic duties around Tyneside. It's not just Gateshead he covers, but as I say, we'll have him back on Tuesday night for the home game against Dorking Wanderers. On a positive note, though, here in the Tyne and Weir stand to our left and right is filling up very, very nicely here. Of course, our neighbours, Newcastle United, away today, and hopefully we've enticed a few people along to Gateshead International Stadium with the results of late. Of course, picking up 9 points in the last 7 days has been an absolutely fantastic feat for Gateshead, with victory at home to Scunthorpe United, away to Altrincham, and then that mammoth trip all the way down to Eastleigh on the south coast, where Gateshead picked up a massive 5-2 win, with Aaron Martin getting his first goal and a hat-trick for the club as Mike Williamson makes his way out to the dugout. A lovely warm round of applause for Gateshead's manager as he just walks onto the pitch there, chatting to Jack McGragan, who does amazing stuff for Gateshead FC on the media side. You'll see his match interviews, his edits of the highlights as well are absolutely a treat. And he's made Gateshead look like superstars off the pitch this season, even though they've been making themselves look like superstars on the pitch with this run of late. There's Ian Watson's down there as well. And we await Gateshead and Bromley to get in the tunnel and come out onto the pitch here at Gateshead International Stadium. Lots of young faces here today as well. Absolutely great to see the work that's been done in the community by Gateshead Football Club over the last 3-4 years. It's starting to pay dividends. Of course, results help to get bums on seats here in the stadium, but it has to be a lot of work to go along with that behind the scenes. And Steve Thornton and all the crew behind the Gateshead FC Foundation, Ben Clark as well, who's very hands-on out there in the community with coaching sessions and everything in between. They need to take a big bow, because it's not just the team that's put these bums on seats, it's the work that these people have done as well. And there's too many names to mention, but out come the teams now. Gateshead versus Bromley, National League action. Can Gateshead secure safety? Can Bromley get themselves into the playoffs? It's all going to happen here. Well, Gateshead line up with Philip Marshall in goal, Ethan Pye, Louis Story, Owen Bailey, Connor Panny, Dan Ward, Ed Francis, Callum Whelan, the captain Greg Ollie, who's led the side out here this afternoon, Stephen Wern, Marcus Denanga, and on the bench for Gateshead is James Montgomery, Adam Campbell, Aaron Martin, Carl Magnay, and Camille Conter. This is how Bromley line up. They've got Reece Charles Cook in goal, Callum Reynolds, Billy Bingham, Omar Suomi is captain, Michael Cheek, Lewis Dennis, Ryan Stirk, Corey Whiteley, Harry Foster, Jude Arthurs, and Bez Topologe. And on the bench is Adam Marriott, Brian Webster, Daddy Aluwelaware, I'll get that right, Alaware, and James Bennett and Kellen Fisher. And for our audio listeners, get to in their familiar grey shirts this season, black shorts, white socks, and Bromley in red with a white pinstripe down their shirt. So we're all set up here And of course, we've had some corking games with Bromley over the years, notably that FA Trophy semi-final where Scott Barrow scored that 45-yard screamer. It wasn't to be that day for Gateshead, but can Gateshead achieve something just a little bit more special and achieve safety in the National League here today? It's all but done, but hey, this is football. You never say it's done until it's mathematically impossible. But here we are, and hopefully we'll be getting underway very shortly. We've got some messages coming in. Darren Walden has put, listening from there is she, between trying to look busy for my boss. Well, hopefully your boss is a Gateshead fan as well. And if he's listening in, if you can hear over your shoulder, give him the day off so he can go to Wembley, man. On that note as well, we are just waiting for the captains to have the coin toss. I'd be amiss if I didn't say a belated happy birthday to Gateshead Vice Chairman Bernard McWilliams. I'm sure he's watching now. He's on holiday at the moment with the family, having a lovely time. He's out there in Lanzarote. Hopefully he's got his shirt on, not scaring the locals, and tuning in with a glass of red wine. Because I know Bernard does like a spot of the purple, as Johnny Depp would say. Oops, I just kicked the table. So there we are. We're going to be shooting from right to left. Gateshead in the first half towards the River Tyne. Bromley in a huddle in the next to the centre circle. They'll be shooting towards the Felon end. And we are about to get underway here as Marcus Denanga was going to stand over the ball. Does look like Bromley must be kicking off here. They're still in their huddle. Gateshead fans behind us in fine voice. And Aaron Rutherford's put away the lads. Well, what can the lads produce this afternoon? They've been on an unbelievable run at the moment. Can they make it 7 straight league games in a row with a victory? And Jordan Foster as well has put away the heat. Well, we are now about to get underway. Lewis Dennis stands over the ball. He's going to get us underway here. The referee looks at his watch. And his other watch. And we're underway. As the ball goes all the way back to Charles Cook. All in yellow. Oh, and the ball come off to Nanga. And Ollie's has been given his handball. Just thought Ollie was going to pounce on it there. Free kick to Bromley. Well, Reece Charles Cook kicks the ball up towards the left-hand side of the box, headed out by Gateshead. Can they clear the ball? Ward plays it off. Forster on the far side, and that is a throw into Gateshead. We are just awaiting Kenton Richardson to join us on co-commentary. Well, Owen Bailey playing centre-back today in the back three. Ball up towards Denanga. He was beaten to the ball, but it falls to Gateshead in defence, but cleared back over the top, going to bounce all the way through to Philip Marshall. Not Marshall, as we've been corrected by his parents. It's always nice to get it right, even though maybe a year late. Pye has the ball left-hand side in front of the Gateshead dugout, crosses the halfway line, plays it forward to Denanga. Denanga couldn't quite hold it up, but the ball is going to fall to Gateshead. Pye plays into centre to Whelan, who calmly plays it back to Story. Francis, back to Story, and all the way back to Marshall. As Marshall now pings this ball out to the left-hand side. Panny nods the ball on. Werner's going to chase it down. And it's been cleared by the captain inwards and can be now played down the left-hand side. There's a nice turn from Michael Cheek. Okay, so trying to win the ball back in midfield, but Bromley just passing it around. Played up towards the top. Oh, we nearly got there. Was Lewis Dennis. But Marshall claimed it. Rolls the ball out to Ethan Pye. Lovely turn by Wern when he received the ball. Can he keep going with it? He's trying in front of the dugout, and good tackle there come in from Arthurs. As Wern trots away with some paint all over his backside there. Off the touchline. There's a strong, fair tackle. Pye going to take this throw in. Tries to get it towards Denanga, but it's dealt with by Bromley. Throw into Gateshead. On left-hand side, Pye Gets it to Wern. Wern's pass didn't get there, and it's been cleared, but the ball blocked. And has to be collected by Charles Cook, who dashes across, collects it. As the sun now is drenching the pitch in sunshine. Ball played over the top. Marshall just comes to the edge of his area, collects it with ease. But Dennis was making the run there. Gateshead will have to watch that. Pye. Interesting to see that Michael Cheek is sitting very high up the pitch to stop the ball back to Marshall. But Charles Cook clears the ball out of touch. It's going to be a throw in just in front of the Bromley dugout. Or nearly taken between the dugouts. As Pye wants some movement. Gets the ball back from Francis. Plays it all the way back to Story. Story. Crossfield ball. Dan Ward's in space. Can he bring it down? He can. Lovely touch. Needs a man running in front of him, but he carries the ball himself. Goes for the shot from outside the box. Makes the keeper work down to his left-hand side. Good stuff from Dan Ward. 5 minutes get on. 0-0 here. And the first shot on goal coming from Dan Ward. Charles Cook, a massive kick up field. Headed away by Bailey. It's going to come back to Story, who nods it over. Bailey, sorry, it wasn't Bailey, it was Ollie, knocks it out on the far side in the attempted clearance. Well, apologies, we haven't got our cool commentator at the moment. Kent Richardson was supposed to be joining us. This ball nodded away, and it is a free kick to Gateshead. It was a foul. Now taken. Story plays it to Whelan, who has to play it back under pressure. Gateshead can clear it through. Marshall to Pye. Was he fouled there? Referee says no. There was a coming together, and Pye is down on the ground. But now Dennis, he's got the ball, lays it back, and there was nobody there. Now Gateshead can try and clear this ball, but they're on the attack. Panny gets it forward to Wern. Wern with a good touch in the centre circle. He's got a man on the left, and just overhit it. But Pye is back up, thankfully. Charles Cook with the clearance. It's going to come all the way through to Story, who can nod it to Francis, who managed to poke it over to... What's happening here? Looks like there's going to be... Well, hang on 1 second. On the for our audio listeners and people on telly there, the linesman flagged want the attention of the referee. He's not happy. He still wants... He's having a real word with the bench here, is the assistant referee. We're still under play. The ball over the top towards Dinanga, but it's going to go all the way through to Charles Cook. And the referee now is stopping the game to come over to talk to somebody on the Gateshead bench. The linesman is not happy with somebody on the bench. Well, we're going to see what's happening here. The linesman is not happy at all. The referee walking over to the bench to talk to somebody. I think there might be a red card here. And I think Carl Magny might have been sent off from the bench. Yes, it's Carl Magny. He's been given a red card. So a red card's been given, but Gateshead not down to 10 men, but down the man on the bench. Linesman wasn't happy with whatever Carl Magny said down there. And Gateshead now with one less option on the bench. So now there's only Camille Conter, Aaron Martin, Adam Campbell and James Montgomery, but we're back underway as Charles Cook's clearance. He's got a great kick on him, brought down by the Bromley captain, poked out to the left-hand side, but there was Ward to nod it forward. Still with Bromley. Trying to drive through with the ball, good footwork. He's still driving. I can't see his shirt number who it is, but now it's on the left-hand side of the box, played into the centre. Gateshead can clear it. Wern played it back, and now Gateshead on the attack. Ollie, he's got Dinanga in front of him. He's still having to go. Manages to get it to Wern. Wern has on the overlap Ward, who he uses. Now Ward calmly plays it back to Bailey. Bailey back to Story. So Gateshead trying to build from the back. Pressure from Bromley, not letting Gateshead move too far forward there. But now they can try and open up through Bailey on the right-hand side. Crossfield ball. Panny's in acres of space. Gets a delivery. Nice little dink in there. Oh, to say the captain, Shiromi there, managed to head that clear. Gateshead pick it up in midfield again. Dan Ward holds the ball up. Gets past his man and drives forward with the ball now. Manages to get it through to Ollie, back to Ward. This is lovely silky stuff. Ward's still going till the finish. Oh, and he just drags it wide. Took it along the grass. 9 minutes gone, 0-0. If you want, just join us either on the audio stream on YouTube or on the National League TV streaming service. Gateshead have had a red card, but not for a man on the pitch. Colin Magny seeing red from the bench. Well, Ollie tries to nod the ball and just goes past him, and it can be cleared from the back to Polge, to Polge. Hope we're saying that right. It's Marshall, just takes his time in the edge of his box. Now he goes for that crossfield probing ball to Panny. Panny wins the header. Wern tries to... Oh! And the captain, he played it back to his goalkeeper there, but Dinanga was hovering about. Story. Centre of the pitch in defence. Plays it out to Bailey, who goes out to the right-hand side. Ollie gets it to Ward. Closing down well. Bromley and Cheek picks it up there. And a wayward pass. Ball, lovely touch from Cheek to bring it down, but there wasn't a teammate there, and Gateshead can just pass that back to Marshall. Marshall now looking for the run of Panny. It's a good ball. Oh, it just skims away. The idea was right. The execution, not the end product we wanted. So Womney with the throw. Headed clear by Pye, headed back up towards the Gateshead defence, headed away again. It's up in the air. Wern nods it on, headed back in to the middle of the park. It's a little bit of head tennis at the moment. Still, there's appeals for Panny being pushed there, and the referee gives a throw to Bromley, much to the angst of the Tyne and Weir stand here. Well, ball launched up. Panny nods it forward. Wern didn't get there, but can be cleared by Whelan up to Dinanga. He did well, just couldn't get it to a grey shirt. And now Pye gets it up there. Well, surely that was a push in the back as the ball falls to Dennis. Oh, and Gateshead nearly got caught up at the back there. Dennis went down under pressure from Bailey, and now Shawumni can play the ball to Forster. Forster down the line, and now he'll be looking to get the ball. He's got past his man, has offers, and there was Pye to come over and see the ball out. And, well, without rose-tinted glasses, I'd like to see the referee get a hold of this game, because we've already seen a red card for dissent from the bench against decisions. And, well, either way there, the referee should have made one for either side, I think. Ball up towards Panny. Didn't get off the ground, and he was fouled there. The referee gives the decision. I don't personally think that was a foul, but Gateshead will take it. Well, the Bromley bench are not happy with the officiating either at the moment. Michael Barlow, the man officiating from the middle today. Gateshead underway. Panny to the left-hand side. He's got ones to aim for. Can he cross it in? Goes right-footed. It's a dangerous one. Headed clear by Bromley. And now nodded away, but only as far as Pye. Whelan in the centre circle. Goes for... I thought he was going to ping it out to Ward there, but he just turns and lays it back to Pye. Now Francis. Francis has Panny hugging the touchline, who he uses now. Back to Pye on the halfway line. A lot of red shirts back there. It's a back six, more or less. Back five. As the ball played through, Gateshead need to pick up this ball in midfield. As Whelan manages to have it drop to a grey shirt, but now Wern has got Dinanga just offside, was he? The flag stayed down, but I think he just got himself back on, but it was very close. Ball cleared up the right-hand side of the pitch for Bromley. There's Pye just to Pass it back to Francis Whelan. Back to Pye, just in front of the Gateshead dugout. His ball nearly caught Story off guard, but he controls it and plays it across to Bailey on the far side. Bailey back to Marshall. Good pressure from Bromley. Ball up the top, and it's going to be Reynolds. Lets it bounce over to Charles Cook. Quickly passes it back out to Reynolds. Bingham. Schwanny plays the ball over the top, looking for the run of his teammate there, but Gateshead managed to cut it out, and Wern just controls it, slows it down, plays it back to Story. Panny, the ball coming up to him, but Forster was there. Forster slips, and Panny can pick it up in midfield. He cuts inside, he's still going. He's going to play it across to Bailey, who has space. He's got Ward on the right-hand side. Gets it out to him now. What can Ward conjure up here? Plays it inside to Ollie. Ollie back to Ward. Ward can just get there and keep it in. Does he win a throw-in? He does. Good stuff from Gateshead. Can they build on this? The throw for our audio listeners is level with the corner of the box on the far side, and the captain Greg Ollie. We discovered his long throw a few months ago. Can we see what is going to happen here? In comes the ball. Up towards was beaten in the air by Reynolds was Story. But Gateshead camped out inside the Bromley half. Easy for Pye to pick up. Pye gets the ball back just inside his own half now, though. Cheek trying to close down. Played the ball all the way back now to Marshall. Ball over the top. Ward is going to be miles offside if he had went for that, and it's going to go all the way through for a goal kick. Josh Moy is asking what shape we play today. Well, from Gateshead's perspective, it's 3 centre-backs, 2 wing-backs, 2 midfield, and then like a front 3 of Ollie, Denanga and Wern. Not sure the exact formation for Bromley at the moment. Greetings from West Peterborough, says Ginger Joe. Thank you for tuning in. If you are a Bromley fan, let us know where you listen from in the world. I know there's chances it's probably Bromley, but the ball is going to fall in midfield. Now Forster tries to drive at Panny. Gets the cross in. It's a deep one towards the back post. In comes Cheek. Cheek couldn't get there. Couldn't direct it forwards and plucked out the air by Marshall. But the ball had to be played back there. Gateshead good communication as Ian Watson applauds that there. Francis plays a ball over the top. Denanga's offside. The flag's going to go up. Yeah, he's good 4 or 5 yards off when that went. We've got Bloodknock listening in from South Wales. Greeting to all lads. Yes. Well, thank you very much. As I say, we were expecting to have Kenton Richardson with us on co-commentary. He had agreed to it before kick-off. Well, the free kick is about to be taken by Charles Cook. Ball pinged out to the left-hand side. Ball nodded in, brought down. Well, referee spotted something there. Must have been a push. Well, just having a little look around the National League scores at the moment. There is quite a few goals. When there's a break in play, we will get round to them. Torquay are winning 1-0 at home to York at the moment. As throw-in goes out for, well, ball goes out for a throw-in to Bromley even. Well, ball launched up the right-hand side. Panny wins the header, but only directed to Dennis. Dennis plays a crossfield ball. Ward just intercepts. Can he get the second touch? He can. Gets it up towards Denanga. Reynolds is there to head it away. It's been brought down on the far side. Appeals for handball, but now they're going to try and open up down the left. Bromley up against Dan Ward. The overlaps there. It wasn't used. Passed back to in midfield to Bingham. Bingham now puts it across to the captain. Forster adapted his run, gotten past his man. He's still going. Forster's going to go for the shot. It's took a deflection. It's going to come out to his right-hand side. Wern's going to try and keep it in. He can. Gets it to Panny. Panny can take a touch. And now, well, it's going to go for a goal kick. Closed down by Bingham. just looking around at the moment. Boreham Wood 1, Wheelstone 0, Chesterfield 0, Eastleigh 1, Dorking 1, Altrincham 2, Halifax 1, Maidstone 0, Oldham 1, Maidenhead 0, and York 1. Torquay 1, York City 0. They're the scores at the moment around the National League as Gateshead try and build from the back, as Bromley applying good pressure to try and disrupt Gateshead's play. But Story has the ball now. Well, ball pinged up towards Panny. Panny just couldn't get there, and he was upended by Forster. Just went into him from behind. Well, so Lily Nolan's put Mickey the Heat. He's not here. Mickey's in the stand. Score-wise, it's 0-0 at the moment. 19 minutes gone. But Gateshead have an opportunity to whip the ball into the box. Francis stands over the ball. Can Gateshead capitalise? But there's some big men in there for Bromley, so the delivery has to be good. In it comes. It's going up towards Story. The ball's going to go to the far side. Cheek can control it and now clear it down the line, but it's only going to go as far as Ethan Pye. Well, now Francis plays it inside to Story. Whelan, who's dropped back into a centre-back position to cover for Bailey, who's went a bit further forward. Now Bailey gets back into his defensive lineup, but and Denanga tried to flick it on. Bromley can just try and build from the back. Pressure from Ollie on the keeper. Charles Cook. The ball's going to come out to play, and it bounces on the top of the dugout for into Gateshead. And Skerfield, hello all. Sat on the train going up to York for the stag do. How are the Heat? Well, Denanga holding the ball up well, gets it to Pye. Now, can Pye holds it up, gets it to Wern. Wern plays it in. Tried to play a ball through. Nobody anticipated that one. And Charles Cook can just get it under control, the edge of his area. Thank you to everyone that has joined us here today, whether it's on the Heat Army podcast stream or the National League's streaming service, National League TV. We hope everything is going all right, sound and audio wise, as the ball by Charles Cook is put up towards Cheek. Cheek beaten by Bailey. Ball launched forward from Ollie. Denanga is going to battle and does very well to get the ball under control. Now the ball to Wern, left-hand side of the box. Legs bit of trickery, pulls it back across. There was nobody there to launch it. I don't think Ollie was expecting it. He wasn't standing with the right footing to even attempt to get to it. And now Bromley try and build down the left-hand side, driving with the ball. Bingham plays it back, and now I think we're going to see a ball into the middle. It has. It's come across, and now Shawumni, the captain, who had been gotten the better by Denanga just before, plays it across, and that's a poor ball by the captain. It's been his blushes have been saved by a teammate on the far side, and now the ball has been played forward, driving forward left-hand side of the box. Ball played. That's a poor ball forward. Didn't give Whiteley any chance there, and Marshall can distribute the ball to Ward. Now he's got acres of space to run into. That's a good ball, but crossfield ball to Wern. Can he control it? Lovely touch. Now he needs support as Wern drives towards the defence, tries to get past his man, gets it out to Panny, who just has to adjust his run. Now Panny, corner of the box, takes it down the left-hand side, just cuts back on himself, gives it to Francis, who puts it out to Wern. Can we see more trickery from Wern? Puts it across. It's headed clear. Whelan, I thought he was going to go for a volley there, and the ball has been cleared out for a throw to Gateshead on the far side. All Gateshead at the moment. 23 minutes gone, 0-0. Bailey plays it back to Story. Ollie anticipated the ball. Can he get there? Reynolds just did enough to put him off. But Gateshead pick it up in midfield as Whelan tried to nod it down to a teammate. And it's been stabbed clear by Bromley. Cheek keeps it in, but only as far as Story. Story looking to play the ball forward. Story wins. Oh, he didn't win the ball there. Now Dennis drives forward with the ball. He's got Cheek in front of him. Out to the left-hand side. What can Bromley do? Dennis, left-hand side of the box, plays the ball across. And there was Pye coming in with a crucial interception. Cheek was just hovering behind him. Marshall was coming out, but stabbed out of safety. Out for safety there. No nonsense. Corner to Bromley on the far side. Well, we await the delivery over that side of the pitch. This one's going to come in towards the 6-yard area. There's a lot of jostling in there at the moment. Big men holding each other up. In it comes. It's going to be tight for the keeper. Keeper didn't get up there. The keeper put down. The captain puts it over. Dangerous one, that. Keeper was boxed in. A lot of height in that Bromley side. It's got to be respected on set pieces. As Warren just slips and Forster manages to dink the ball over. But there's Pye. And it's a foul being given there. As Forster's down rolling, holding his head at the moment. Well, Gateshead fans entertaining way stand. I think he might be milking this one somewhat. And the ball was there to be won. Well, I think he's going to be all right. Miraculously, he's all right now that the set piece is going to be taken. Stirk is going to take this one here. And it's going to be a whipped one in. Ward over there to stop the ball to Forster. I think this is one that's been put towards the penalty spot. I think it's going to be fast. And then swinging. Referee says, get it underway. In it comes. It went deep towards the far side, and there was a foul on Pye. Gateshead a free kick on the edge of their own box. Well, we await this free kick to be taken by Marshall. Into the 26th minute, 0-0 at the moment. Not a dull game, but we could do a few more chances. As Marshall goes for a long ball up towards Dinanga, the captain, showing he wins the header. Is it going to fall to Bingham in midfield? Nods it on. Ward just intercepts, so and does well, wins a free kick for himself, just next to the centre circle. Gateshead want to get this one underway quickly. They have. They've got it to Bailey. Back to Story. Francis plays it out to Pye here, just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Plays it back to Francis. Francis back to Pye. And he didn't anticipate the ball back. And a throw in to Bromley just in front of their own dugout. Well, big number 6, Shumney. Nodded on by Cheek. Story clears the ball. It's asking a lot of Dinanga, but Reynolds, it wasn't Reynolds, sorry, it was Topolage that headed away, but Gateshead can pick it up. Story, good pressure from Bromley to try and close down Gateshead's play from the back. As it's passed all the way back to Marshall. Ball forward to, nice touch from Francis. With the ball, managed to get it to Wern. Wern having to turn on the spot there and distribute the ball. Francis now gets to Ollie. Lovely turn from Ollie. Anticipate the man. Nearly a good ball through. Dinanga wasn't on his toes for that one. Cheek and Pye battling. Pye wins it, but now Forster plays it back to his captain, and his captain's going to play it all the way back to Charles Cook, whose kicking has been impeccable this afternoon so far. Bingham brings the ball down. Ollie tried to win the ball back there. Now it's Stirk has played the ball out to the left-hand side. Offers. Plays it inside to Bingham. Bingham under pressure from Ollie. Stirk plays it inside. And now the crossfield ball comes over towards Arthurs. And the ball went out to play, and it's a throw. Oh, I'm saying offside there. Bit of a strange decision because the ball come across to this side of the pitch, not to go over there. But Ethan Pye stands over the ball. And he puts it down towards Panny. Panny didn't win the aerial battle, but the ball goes out for a Gateshead throw. Well, good bit of skill from the ball boy there. Pye gets the ball back. Sign him up, I say. Sign him up. There's Wern trying to get some space, but Whelan's the man to get the ball. The ball through to Denanga was intercepted. Pye couldn't close the ball down. Cheek laying it off. Good tackle from Gateshead, but Sturk can play the ball forward. Well, the referee, I thought, was going to play it on there. He wants to have a word with somebody. This free kick. Well, thought he was going to have a word with someone the way he walked over, but someone's keep asking Mickey the Heed, what score are we thinking? Why is Mickey isn't here? He's not on commentary at the moment. Well, now the ball played down the line. Arthurs receives the ball. Forster receives the ball up against Panny. Tries to get past Panny and does good footwork. Crosses the ball in. It's deep and there's he should have done better there, but they couldn't direct the ball forward. But that's dangerous stuff from Forster as he shows what he can do on the left-hand side of the box. Ball pinged up towards Dennis. Dennis battling, his arms around each other. The players, but Gateshead can capitalise now as Whelan. He had to turn. Was he fouled? Referee says no. Forster's plays it back. Forster, not Forster's. And the ball, Cheek trying to get there. And bad communication there. Pye didn't pick it up. And now Sturk can play a ball across to Topolage, who can now drive. He tried to play a ball through, comes off a Gateshead shirt, and it's out for a throw on the far side. Well, quickly taking Sturk. Has it now. Being pushed back. Reynolds plays it all the way back to his keeper, who's outside the box. Ball up towards Pye, nods it down. There's Story, who picks out Ollie. Ollie offside would have went up there if Denanga had went for it. Holding a good back line, Bromley this afternoon. Well, we are into the 31st minute and an open game as Bromley get the ball under control. Forster tries to get past Panny, but the ball come back off Forster. Saves the linesman. Throw into Gateshead. Well, Pye stands with the ball aloft, gets it to Whelan. Whelan back to Pye. Pye thinks it over, back to Whelan, back to Pye. Closing down from Bromley, but Bailey goes into space on the far side. Carries the ball forward a bit. Now he can dink the ball over the top, looking for Denanga. Reynolds just blocks his run. And the ball goes all the way through to Charles Cook. Shawamni gets past Ollie, drives forward with the ball. He's still going. Now he plays across the left-hand side. And that's good vision from the captain. Picks out his teammate who cuts inside with the ball. Can't see the shirt number in a minute. There's now the ball tried to find its way out to the left-hand side. It has. Cuts inside with the ball now. Still going with it. It's going to lay it off to Arthurs. Now out to Forster. Forster, what kind of delivery can he get this time? In it comes towards the back post. Goes right through. And Dan Ward can see that out for a throw on the far side. Bromley just starting to get into the game a bit more. Well, we'll wait for this one to come in. Taken by Bailey. up the pitch. It's up in the air. Bingham. Wern wins the header. It's been brought down. Gateshead. Wern in the centre circle. Tries to get past. Well, that was a push. That was a thump into the shoulder there from the captain. Shawamni there, referee right there and seeing it. Didn't give anything. You heard the slap from here with the contact. But Bromley on the attack, trying to get the ball in towards Cheek, but Pye's there just to mop up and pass it back. Well, Gateshead just happy to build from the back as ever. Marshall dinks the ball over the top to Pye. Pye coming in second bite. He clears it over his head. Wern can bring it down to Pani. Pani picks out Denanga. He needs support. Ollie on the overlap. He's got other players there. Pani. Wern on the left-hand side. Wern gets the ball now. Gateshead need to get players in the box. Whelan. Francis. Back to Whelan. Oh, he plays it through. Can Ollie get there? Ollie can't, and the ball wasn't the greatest through. And now Bromley can try and build in the centre forward. Stirk puts it over the top. Not a great ball, and that goes all the way through to Marshall, who quickly gets it out to Dan Ward on the left-hand side of the pitch. Back to Bailey. Bailey inside to Whelan. Back to Bailey. Tries to clear up the pitch, and it goes out of play for a throw to Gateshead on the far side. Taken. Whelan has the ball now. Whelan now dinks it forward to Ollie. Ollie's first touch tried to guide it towards Denanga. Gateshead managed to pick it up though through Bailey. Does well to hold off his man. Dennis is all over the back of him. Free kick given. Gateshead on the attack. Left hand side of the pitch. Pani gets past Forster. Forster just manages to get the ball out. It goes. I don't know how he could even try and appeal for a goal kick there after he kicked it out. But Gateshead showing what they're about. Trying to get the ball forward. Now taken short to Ollie. Ollie has Ward there, but he goes to the outside the box. Ball across towards Story, but cleared by Bromley, and Bromley on the attack now. Dennis is going to dink the ball on the inside, and there was the run of Arthurs. He's got it under control. It's in the corner of the box on the far side. Plays it back. Bingham. Arthurs has the ball. Plays it back to Topolage, who drives forward with the ball. He's still going. Topolage goes for a shot and strikes it towards the seats behind that goal there. Well, Bromley showing that they can carve open chances. Okay, so going to take a short kick at the back to Story. Daly shows on the right-hand side. Got the ball. Plays it back to Story, though. Just on the edge of his own box. Marshall. Pye. He's got space to carry the ball forward. Plays it in the centre to Denanga. Denanga lays it back to Francis, to Ollie. Ollie, can he lay it off? Oh, Wern was running through. But Ollie's got the ball on the far side. He's won it back. Ward. Right-hand side of the box. Lays it back to Ollie. Francis. Ward. Who's hugging the touchline. Plays it inside. Wern just gets the ball. And there's the ball to Ollie. Can he pull it back? Oh, and Reynolds just chests it down. Keeper can pick it up. That opened up the opposition there. 37 minutes gone into the 38th minute. 0-0 if you want to just join us here at Gateshead International Stadium. National League action. Gateshead looking to secure a spot in the National League for next season with points here today. Bromley trying to get into those playoffs positions, all to play for. As Pani now can play the ball to Whelan. Now Whelan puts it down the line. It's asking a lot of Wern as the captain gets in front of him, but the ball comes off Wern for a throw-in. So Umney is going to launch this one up. Panny wins the header, gets it into the middle. Ollie can bring it down, lay it off to Francis. Francis has Ward in support if he wants, so he does use. It's all on the right-hand side of the pitch at the moment as Bailey receives it. Back to Story. Story takes a touch and goes for the ball up the line, and the idea was right. It goes all the way through to Maurice Charles Cook. That's probably the biggest kick I've seen all season here at Gateshead National Stadium. That got some height on it, as the offside flag would have went up if Dinanga had went to it. Shawamni nods it back. Now rolled out to Reynolds on the far side. Plays it inside. That's a poor one, and Gateshead. Oh, Whelan just couldn't get it under control, and they managed to save any blushes there. But now Bromley on the attack. Forster on the right-hand side is asking for the ball. Gets it now. Panny's up there to try and stop it. As gets the ball back. Forster plays it down the line, and Bingham can keep it in. Bingham now plays the ball over the top, looking for a run. Marshall read it well, plucks the ball out the air. Rolls it out to Bailey. Bailey helps it forward to Ward, but it didn't get there. And now they can try and break again as Arthurs cuts in, tries to go to Cheek. Cheek nearly gets past his man. There's Pye just to pass it back to Marshall. Marshall gets it up the pitch. Dinanga battling. It's going to go all the way through to Reese Cook, who can pick out a teammate with ease there. Bromley just starting to get a bit more confident. Ball played forward, intercepted by Gator. Can Wern pick it up in midfield? He can it. And the ball now is going to fall to Panny. Lovely touch. He carries it forward over the halfway line. He's got Ollie on the far side, who he picks out with the ball. Oh, good defending. Very good defending there from Whiteley. Crucial interception. Well, end to end at the moment as the ball, yet another monstrous kick from Charles Cook. But Bingham picks it up in the centre circle, lays it off to top of large, plays it across to the far side. And now Bromley try and open up through the centre. Dennis, who's dropped deep, is going to play a crossfield ball for Forster, who's in acres of space. Can he get there? He can. Gets it past Panny. Has he took too much of a touch? He's still got the ball, still going, and he puts the ball wide. He did very well up until the finish there, Forster. He's growing in confidence as the game goes on as well. Well, if you all just join us, it is 0-0. Gateshead have had a red card, but only for somebody on the bench. So Carl Magny will miss the next game and subsequent ones after that as well. Ball out to Pye, chests it down. Ball up towards Dinanga, holds it up well to Wern. Wern's going to put the ball over the top to Dinanga. Oh, just intercepted there. It's got to be inch perfect for one of those balls through. As Pye nods the ball forward. Wern, lovely little flick to Dinanga. Can he finish it? The bear! Oh! He was growling. He was growling. Oh. Perfection up until the finish. Well, the best opportunity of the game. 42nd minute as we're into at the moment. 3 minutes of normal time added. 3 minutes of normal time remaining. We'll tell you how much is added on if there is anything. Dennis brings the ball down well. He's going to lay it off. Ollie nearly wins the ball, but Dennis can now ping the ball for Forster. He's got in behind. Can he pull it across? He can. There's Michael Cheek. Great save from Marshall. Made himself big as he come out for it. It was low down, but Cheek did very well. Dinanga not foul, referee says. And now Bromley on the attack again, down the far side. Play it inside to Cheek. Cheek holds it up, lays it off. Gateshead just pinched the ball, but they cannot get the second touch there. And now Shawamni takes a touch, carries it forward, gets it out to Forster, who's in too much space. Can he get a delivery in? He plays it off Pye, and it's going to hold up for him there. He keeps it in, plays it to Shawamni, plays it there now, and Gateshead can clear. That was a poor pass by Bromley on the attack. There's Wern, lovely little dummy. He's got Ward on the right-hand side. Denanga. He's got Wern through the centre. Ollie on the left. Picks out Ollie. Ollie now, corner of the box. What can he do? Plays across. Nearly put it into the back of his own net. The cross in there to corner to Gateshead. Someone's asking, what did Magne get sent off for? It looks like the sent from the bench. He wasn't happy with the decision, and the referee's linesman has took exception to it. But Gateshead will corner here. Francis takes it short to Ollie. Can Ollie get a delivery in? Francis just hovering on his back there. Francis takes the ball, gets it to Wern. Wern back to Ollie. Ollie inside to Wern. This is good stuff. Can he? Oh, he couldn't get past the man. Back to Ollie. It's all on the edge of the box. Oh, the ball inside to Wern wasn't the greatest, but Gateshead can win the ball again. Lovely turn from Ward. Can he get the delivery in? He nearly got down to the dead ball line, but there's Francis. Gets the ball in there. It's very scrappy at the moment, but Gateshead with the ball. Oh, to Wern. He goes for the audacious volley. And, didn't get the connection. And Reece Charles Cook, he claimed it with grateful hands. We're into the final minute here of normal time in the first half. Fourth official below us is getting the board ready for how many minutes? It was going to be added on. I think there is 1 minute, if I'm seeing right, over his shoulder. As the ball, Francis in midfield. It's a poor ball from Bromley. Oh, the ball up to Wern just skims off his head, and Shawamni, the captain, can now pick out Forster, who's under pressure. Ball forward. It's only as far as Pye. Pye puts it back up there, and Wern slips there as he tries to run. He's all right. He's back up on his feet. And, still waiting for this ball to go up. It looks like it is going to be 1 minute, but we'll confirm that. Launched again. Reece Charles Cook has probably got one of the most thunderous kicks I've ever seen from a goalkeeper in the National League. Is going to see the board. Yes, 1 minute or 100 minutes, depends on how you look at that. 1 minute of added on time here at the end, which we're into now. As Ward brings the ball down. Can get something happening before the half-time whistle. Bailey drives forward with the ball. Got it through to Ollie, back to Bailey. Bailey driving with the ball. Can he lay this into a teammate towards Wern? Oh! He had more time than he thought. The ball come through to him, got the right side of the defender. The finish was just lacking. But again, beautiful build-up play from Gateshead. Well, the pitch still bathed in sunshine, if you're one of our audio listeners. And hopefully we can continue with this entertaining game of football in the second half, because I think that was probably the last bit of action we'll see here in the first half. Although the referee isn't looking at his watch just yet. Dennis lays it off to Forster on the right-hand side. Forster back to Dennis. Offside flag, he came back on. And there is the half-time whistle. It's 0-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium. Wern and Denanga with the best chances of the half. But Bromley, they have showed they're in this game as well. And we wait for the teams to come out for the second half. Unfortunately, we haven't had our co-commentator show up. So apologies that it's just me. I hope I'm doing an all right job for you this afternoon. If you are listening on the audio on YouTube, we are going to go to an interview with Carl Magne from a few weeks ago. We will be going radio silent for National League TV. Please join us in the second half. We'll be back out very, very soon. Also, as well, to our YouTube and Facebook listeners, like and subscribe. Help us reach more people as the referee gets a warm welcome, should we say, from the Tyne stand. And we will be back with you in about 10 to 15 minutes time, ready for the second half.
We have our guest, the man, the myth, the Magne. Here he is.
Very good, Dave. I did like that.
Looking pretty relaxed. All right, Mags.
Was that from Charlie last season? That
Yeah, it was Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I did enjoy that one, David. Fine work.
It was. I say that obviously excitement's all building. We can all allow ourselves to get excited for this game now. Obviously, with the league games out the way, you've been in this position. Is this the fifth time you possibly could get to Wembley?
Fourth. This will be
Fourth.
fourth.
Yeah. So I mean, fair to say, you're not getting on that far in age, but you've got a bit of experience, and you've got experience in these games now. So you're going to be bringing that into the dressing room, surely.
I plan to, but I mean, it is fair to say that I am knocking on. You can say that without us getting offended. But yeah, I think considering it is such a young group, it's important that I bring that experience. And of course, you've got Clarkey, who was involved the first time round. We went with Gateshead, so having someone like him in the building that the lads love and respect, he can obviously chuck his hat into it as well. So yeah, if we were to get there, I'm sure there's plenty of people that we can call on that can sort of bring the lads at ease and give them a taste of what to expect, I suppose.
Yeah, and I say it's just obviously it's all ramping up at the moment. Where we've had a blast tonight with Said. Actually, someone's asked us to ask Carl the big question: have you been watching the show at all before you come on?
I haven't seen tonight. I've been working, but I have watched the show previously, but not tonight. What have I missed?
Well, you missed my 8-year-old daughter while she was supposed to be in bed. Has covered herself in lipstick all over her face, and we want to know. It's been she's been on the show showing it off. Do you know how to remove lipstick well?
Not well. I should know because I've got 2 nieces, but no, anything that involves mess or if there's nappy needs changing, I'm a classic uncle and just leave the room.
Yeah,
and just let the parents deal with that. It's none of my business. I'm afraid.
I try to do that as a dad. I'll let these lads ask some questions while I think.
Good lad. So, Carl, Mickey's nervous. Do you get nervous before these big games, or do you just sort of get in the zone and just go and do your thing?
I think I used to get really nervous. I've never really showed it. I probably don't get as nervous as lads that I've played with in the past. I've seen some lads really struggle with big games. At different clubs and stuff. I've had a teammate at Hartlepool who would actually be sick before games, and not even big games, just normal league games. Would take himself off into the cubicle and would actually be violently sick before just a normal league game. So I'm not on that level, but I think it is what everyone says. You need them nerves to get the best out of yourself, to make sure that you're alive and you're on your front foot when the game starts. As I've gotten older, I've tended to not feel the pressure or the noise as much. But yeah, there will definitely be an element of nerves going into the game at the weekend, especially given, what it means and what's at stake.
Oh, absolutely.
Given what's at stake, I'm nearly being violently sick and shit myself.
Both ends.
You the gods of the truth, Mags. My underpants are a wreck and it's on you bloody Thursday.
Man.
Lovely.
But that's, as awful as that sounds, Mickey, and I don't mean this to sound sadistic, but that's what we want. That's what we want you to go through. That's what we do it for.
I've been doing it for years, Max. So.
I think it's good to feel something in it. Obviously, preferably not out of both ends, like you've said there. We as players, you want to give fans the opportunity to get excited, and this hopefully is a good opportunity for yourselves to look forward to something. But even if it's a nervous feeling, just to feel something as a fan. I'm obviously a fan myself, and that's what you want,
I just want to see you recreate that we're going to Wembley on the pitch side again, like you did the last time. That's still
I remember that on the track after the Grimsby game.
Yeah. So Ben Allison, you mustn't be up with the full bio of Carl Magnier, but which teams have you been to Wembley with? Of course, it was Gateshead. You mentioned Grimsby, and was it Hartlepool the other one?
No. This was when I was a kid. So the new Wembley, I've been there twice with Gateshead and Grimsby.
Yeah.
But then when I was a kid, I was there in youth tournament sort of thing. So yeah. Professionally, I've only been twice, so this would be the third time professionally.
Now, I don't know if you can remember this story, and I don't know if you still do it, that when you came on the podcast, you said that the lads used to give you a little bit of jip for a little John Terry statue that you used to bring with you to the games. Right?
That's absolute. That is complete bollocks.
John Terry.
Who told you that? It had to be in Chandler or Marwood or somewhere like that, was it?
I think it was. I was going to say, can you dig it out and bring it on Saturday?
That is completely. They've had you on there because but it was just obviously the whole Chelsea thing and that. And when I was younger, maybe I did speak about it subconsciously quite a lot. I don't know. I certainly don't anymore after the stick that I got because of it. But it's unavoidable sometimes, if a new player came into the dressing room, they would maybe ask, what was it like at Chelsea and, different players. And as soon as I opened my mouth to respond, which, just being polite, I couldn't sit there and just ignore the kid or whoever was asking the question. But as soon as I opened my mouth to respond, like I could see, especially that group, Chandler and Marwood, and all their eyes were going down the dressing room thinking, oh, here he goes again, here's JT. If he drops JT in the conversation. So then they started making these lies up. They've obviously told you that I had a John Terry figurine that I used to carry around. I do appreciate JT. I've got a lot of respect for him, but I don't carry a miniature plastic in my bag or whatever on a daily basis.
I'm absolutely devastated. I thought that was true.
Well.
I thought he'd be on your mantelpiece.
Honestly, I genuinely believed he had one of them, the little cartoon figurines. I thought, I wonder if he's still got it. I was like,
we're all still in a group chat now, and can you remember Josh Walker who played for season on the Gary Mills? Josh is double lively in that group chat, and now and then, just randomly, even though it's been 8 years since we all left each other as a squad, there'll just be a photo of me and John Terry pop in the group, or just randomly, and no context behind it whatsoever. So
Have the lads wished you luck for Saturday?
Not yet. Everyone's. I'm just seeing the group chat kick off here because Marwood's just had a second child, so
fantastic.
Quality.
Thought he was wagging.
He's taking the attention at the minute, but I'm sure there'll be a few messages prior to the game. Because to be fair, that group, there's a lot of us who are all really close friends, and we see each other quite regular and drop each other messages and whatever they're doing now.
You mentioned Josh Walker. He's back playing, isn't he, in Scotland at a lower level? But nice to see him back playing. He scored a raker of a goal the other week.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who's
about 30 yards. I think it's Northern League level in Scotland.
Is it? And last I knew he was playing for Edinburgh City, I think.
Yeah, no, this was tired, and then he's dusted the boots off to play for a lower league side. But I
was going to say it must be really low league because it wasn't by his kite when he was on holiday. He got some stick about his gut. So it must be.
Hey, Carl,
he's getting to play at this stage.
Yeah.
Do you see any comparisons with the unity in this squad to the one that went to Wembley in 2014, Carl?
I do. I thought that last season actually when I come in last season. It's a brilliant group. There's some great characters. For me, it's strange though because I'm a lot older than this current group, and I sort of sit there a bit nostalgic, really, imagining myself at that age that they are all are. I just sort of thinking back.
Well, you join us back here at Gateshead International Stadium. We're still waiting for the teams to come out for the second half, but we can go through the scores in the National League for half-time. It's Aldershot 1, Scunthorpe 0, Bournemouth 1, Wheelstone 0, Chesterfield 0, Eastleigh 2, Dorking 1, Altrincham 2, Halifax 1, Maidstone 0, Gateshead 0, Bromley 0, of course, here, Oldham 1, Maidenhead 0, Solihull Moors 2, Yeovil 0, and that puts the final nail in the coffin, you would say, for Yeovil, you would think, but hey, it's not over completely yet, but it's a big ask. and Southend 0, Dagenham 0, and Torquay 2, York City 1. So that's how it stands at the moment at half time in the National League. And of course, if you're just joining us back here, it is 0-0 for Gateshead Bromley. And wait for the teams to come out. And there's barely a cloud in the sky above us here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's near tropical. And you might have heard earlier on, I don't know if the man himself heard, but Vice Chairman Bernard McWilliams, who's a cheeky so-and-so on Facebook, it was his 57th birthday yesterday. So a big happy birthday to Gateshead Vice Chairman Bernard McWilliams, who's sunning it up in Lanzarote at the moment. So we're not jealous at all that he's in a lovely hot country, because Gateshead is nigh on tropical this afternoon. And if you believe that, you're very gullible. But as I say, we'll let you know if there has been any changes when the teams come out for the second half. Of course, there was a red card in the first half. Gateshead defender and player coach Carl Magnay was sent off from the bench after comments made during the game, and he will miss future games. So, is it disappointing? Pardon me, that we'll not have Carl available for the run-in here at Gateshead International Stadium. But talking about games here at Gateshead International Stadium, it's not over this week. Gateshead entertained Dorking Wanderers on Tuesday. It's a 7:45 kickoff. Get down to Gateshead International Stadium. We will be providing full match commentary with Mark Crovers, but the best place to be and witness it is here in the flesh. And you'll be able to buy your tickets for the game on the Gateshead FC website. So follow on their social media for links as well. And let's see where we're on about social media. If you could follow us on social media, Heed Army Podcast and Heed_Army on Twitter. But YouTube is where we'd love you to subscribe so you don't miss. We're going to have some good shows coming up. We have had confirmation that we're going to have former Premier League referee Jeff Winters joining us in the build up to Wembley. We have reached out to some more big names in football. Whether or not we get them or not is another thing, but we are really trying to push this to the moon, and we want to have some good guests with us in the build up and just celebrate what is going to be a great achievement in getting there. And who knows, could Gateshead come away with silverware at the end of the season? Anything is possible. They're 90 minutes away from it at the Arch of Wembley. So we'll be talking about that in the build up to the 21st of May on the Heed Army Podcast. So do follow us and subscribe, and we'll be able to give you a rundown for all those shows. And dare I say, you might even be able to get on yourself if you fancy it. We're always looking for guests. So yes, that's a bit of the housework done out of the way. We're just going to play another message from our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions. Because without them, we wouldn't be able to broadcast like this. And we're forever thankful for their 10 years of support for the Heed Army Podcast. Well, Mike Williamson gets a round of applause there as he comes out for the second half. We await the players. Ian Watson's already stood there at the dugout waiting for the lads to come out. They will have given their final instructions for the second half, and we should be getting underway not too long from now. Also as well, we hope the sound is good quality today. Always pride ourselves on trying to make it sound like you're listening to one of the big boys, as it were. But Gateshead come out now. Marshall trots across to his goal to our left. Gateshead, of course, will be shooting towards the Felon end here in the second half. Bromley towards the River Tyne, just behind the north stand, as they come out to do their little warm-up in front of the Gateshead dugout here in their red shirts. Whiteley and Dennis in deep conversation as they come out in front of the referee there. And we'll see what the second half has in store for us. Unfortunately, Kenton Richardson has been called to one side for something else. He can't join us here, unfortunately, on the commentary. But I hope I'm doing an all right job by myself here this afternoon. And you're enjoying the game nonetheless. Well, a couple of Bromley players going for their final warm-up there. Lovely for some kids to walk past and knock our equipment there. If anyone would like to sponsor a cattle prod, only joking, of course, we wouldn't electrocute children, but a baseball bat would cause less damage. Right, we are about to get underway here in the second half. Greg Ollie stands over the ball in the centre circle, and the referee checks with his assistants, goalkeepers. Everybody's ready. We're ready. You're ready. Let's get away with the second half. Here it goes. Ollie kicks it off to Whelan. Pings it out towards the left-hand side. Nodded clear by Shawumi. But Pye can get it under control. Whelan on the halfway line tries to thread it through. Goes the wrong side of Denanga. And Charles Cook can pick up the ball now. Another one of his magnificent kicks up towards Dennis, who brings it down. Good tussle between himself and Story. But the ball played out to Forster on the far side. Plays the ball down the line, looking for the runner. But Pye's there to mop up and clear the ball down the line. Schwamley hits it forward. Headed backwards, but Gateshead's there to pick it up on the halfway line. Whelan plays it back to Story. Story has Bailey in space, who he uses, and Bailey plays the ball down the line to Ward. Ward plays it down again to Ollie, but just gets lost in translation there. The ball just didn't get through, and it's back with Story. Bailey plays it inside to Francis, who can carry it forward a few yards, lays it off to Wern. Wern drives forward off the ball. Oh, try to lay it through to Denanga. And, fine margins there. Reynolds getting in the way. Gator can pick up the ball that was cleared, and they're going to pass it all the way back to Marshall. Indicated goal. All in pink. A dash in pink. Plays it out to Bailey. Bailey gets it to Denanga. Denanga lets it go behind there, though. Reynolds has been sticking like glue to Denanga throughout this game. Dennis manages to get the ball under control. Still got it there. Gator managed to get Shirt in front of it, and Cheek would have been offside if he had went for that. And Marshall can get the ball under control. Don't know if Cheek's just struggling there. He's just walking a little bit gingerly. It's just a little bounce. Doesn't look to have the greatest of movement. He's keep looking down at his feet there. Now he trots over towards Marshall, stop him from distributing it, but he rolls it out to Story. Story looks to play it inside. Whelan. The press from Bromley, stopping Gateshead from having much room at the back there. Ball out to Pye. Pye brings it down. It's got Francis inside, who he uses. Francis ball over the top. I don't think he got the connection he wanted, but Panny misjudges the header. But in comes Wern, and it's cleared by Bromley. Bonus for a Story, who can bring the ball forward. Ollie under pressure. Story going to free it through there now, and Francis can carry the ball forward. Plays it through. Wern plays across. Oh, it's going to come across to Dan Ward. He can keep it in. Oh, kind of keep it under control. Manages to get it to Ollie, though. A little bit fortunate. Ollie plays it down the line now to Whelan. Can he get a delivery in? He's got Ollie in support, who gives the ball back to. Tries to play it through Ollie there, and Gateshead lose possession and cleared by Bromley. Goes out just in front of the Gateshead dugout. We nearly got Simon Johnson on commentary there. Ollie. Bailey holding the ball up well, gets back to Ollie. A lot of pressure from Bromley, they're keeping it there, but Ward finds space, drives forward, still going Ward, right hand side of the box, tries to pull it across, and Bromley can deal with that and try and get it clear now as Whiteley had played it forward. Ball bounced Pye. It wasn't the greatest little slip there from Story. We've got a player down there. Didn't see what happened there. Followed the ball, but it does look like it is. Might be off, isn't it? Trying to see the shirt number. Or Topolage, sorry. He's up. And he's hobbling as well. Could we see a change coming soon from Bromley? There's a player on the bench there. Just seemed to getting stripped. Well, Reece Charles Cook stands on the edge of his area and he launches this one up towards Cheek. It's going to go. Bailey wins the header. Bingham heads it forward. Bailey's back up on his feet, but it falls now. Hand up. Offside flag goes up on the far side. Didn't see that. It's in the sun. Gateshead have a free kick. Ball dinked across to the far side as Pye brings it down under pressure though. Loses out. Ball played forward. Dennis on the far side. Forster on the inside, but there's Cheek at the back post. He's waiting for it. Bailey there with a crucial header. Falls to Forster though. Couldn't get the shot away. And now Gateshead can break it. Wern gets a good touch. He does. Threads it through to Ollie. Ollie has Denanga on his... Oh, he just slows it down. Keeps possession. But Ward on the right-hand side. Thought he's going to pick that up there. The ball went through towards Wern. And Bromley can now try and attack themselves down this left-hand side. Whiteley managed to go to Stirk. Stirk for a bit of Whiteley inside to Cheek. This is better from Bromley. Lovely little touch inside. But Gateshead back. Panny to clear that ball. Well, I don't think Arthurs was that happy. Throw in taken. Stirk crosses the ball in. Story's there just to boot it clear. Nodded back forward by the captain. Bromley. Bailey puts the ball over the top. And Denanga's going to battle for this. He's managed to bring it down. No. Lays it inside to Wern. Oh, and Topolage was there just to poke it out on the far side. Good stuff. 52 minutes gone. Still 0-0 here at Gateshead International Stadium if you're joining us late. And if you are, where have you been? Well, Panny has the ball above his head. Nobody really showing for him. Denanga does now. Gets it back to Panny. Panny tries to play it down the line. Sorry, it wasn't Panny, it was Pye. But Pye keeps going, wins the ball back. Now, Whelan has Ward in acres of space. The ball over to him wasn't good, and Whiteley can clear it. Stirk holds the ball up under pressure on Whelan. Whelan does very well, but Stirk wins the ball back himself. Still going with the ball. Plays it inside. Bingham. Wern nearly dispossesses him. And now Reynolds under pressure there, but he does well. Gets it from underneath his feet and can distribute it up to Stirk on the halfway line. Rolls it back. Whiteley now driving down the left-hand side. There's Story urging his teammates to cover the runs as the ball comes in and the ball was poked across outside of the boot. Marshall just deals with it well. But we have a player down. And I think it's Stirk on the halfway line here. And the ball has been thrown out of play by Marshall, so Stirk can receive treatment. Although he's back up on his feet. And he's all right. Doesn't need to receive treatment, but I think the referee wants him to go over there. No, he's just going to take the throw. Is there going to be some sportsmanship? Is it going to be thrown back to Gateshead? Oh, there we go. Bingham passes it back to Marshall and we're back underway. Ball pinged out towards Panny on the far side. Keeps it in. Wern brings it down well. Back to Panny. Panny, can he pick out Wern? He can. Left-hand side. He's going to drive down. Cuts inside with the ball. Goes for a shot, but it's lofted up in the air. Falls to Panny. Can Panny poke it to a teammate? Tries to win the ball back and he can it. And now Bromley can try and create something here as Whiteley has the ball, plays it inside to Topolage. Topolage clears it off Ollie. Gateshead tried to pick the ball, comes off Whelan, throw just in front of the Gateshead dugout for Bromley. Well, now I've had a missed call. Can I answer it while we're on air? Throw it. Topolage has the ball. Nods it clear by Ward. Denanga holds up to Ollie. Ollie just couldn't flick the ball back through. And now We're seeing Bromley just trying to go through the gears themselves as Whiteley drives inside with the ball. Ball on the far side to Forster's in space. Comes up against Panny. Panny and Francis there. Ball comes across, and there was Whiteley at the back post. The ball just lofted over. He ghosted in, and there was the space to slot it home. It's 1-0 to Bromley. Well, what can I say? Bromley have took the lead there. It was a good move. We did mention just in the build-up they were going through the gears here at the moment. If anyone could let me know if they can hear us. Someone says, what's happened to the commentary? Well, as far as I know, it's on here. If anyone could let us know if the commentary is on. There is people watching and listening. But Whiteley with the goal. It's 1-0 to Bromley.
Reminder that 50-50 draw number 44091. Only available in room 7.
You can hear me. Well, that's all right. That's good. I don't know if it's went off on National League streaming service, but the commentary is working here for us. As the ball goes up to Denanga, got back, and now the ball across to Ward. The ball wasn't great though, and now Ollie can bring it down to midfield. Ward cuts inside. He's still going, Ward. Can he finish it with the left boot? The shot was deflected. Body's got in front of the ball, and at the moment, we're hoping Gateshead can try and get back into this, but Bromley drive with the ball forward. Now, ball goes out of play for a Gateshead throw. Bromley want to take it quickly. Well, we can be heard all the way in Norway. People can hear us on YouTube, so I don't know if it has went off on the National League streaming service. Hopefully not. Well, Dennis holds the ball up. Stirk puts the ball in. It's a probing one, headed clear by Panny. Gator need to pick up the second ball as Wern gets in front. Gets past Forster. Can Gator get the ball moving forward? And now Gator can build from the back. Whelan. Panny. Could Gateshead make a change? Adam Campbell is warming up down to our left. Marshall with the ball. Cleared by Bromley. Up in the air. Cheek brings the ball down well. But Gateshead managed to clear the ball though. Up towards Denanga now. Headed clear. Gateshead need to pick it up in midfield as Ollie's ball doesn't pick out a grey shirt. And now Bromley can try and build again. Right hand side. Forster on the underlap. Gets the ball. He's driving with it towards Pye. He's still going. Forster holds the ball up and a foul has been given. And that one looked weak there. It didn't seem like there was any contact from this position. But a free kick nonetheless it is, near the corner flag. Well, the Bromley fans that have made the trip up are in fine voice to our left-hand side now. They're enjoying what they're seeing. They're 1-0 to the good. Corey Whiteley with the goal. While we wait this free kick on the far side. It's going to be whipped inwards towards the 6-yard box. There's a lot of jostling just on the edge of it. In comes the delivery now. Marshall fists it over and it's going to roll out for a throw next to the corner flag on our left-hand side. Well, we're going to see Camille Conter come on for Callum Whelan here. What can this do to the Gateshead side going forward? Can they get back into it?
The pitch, number 33, Alan Whelan, being replaced by number 42, Hamil Conte.
Ball now launched into the box. Long throw. There's Story to head it clear, only as far as the red shirt. Now back to Shawami, the captain. Puts a deep one in. It's going to go over the top of everybody, and out it goes for a goal kick to Gateshead. Wow. Gateshead been on a fine run at the moment. 6 consecutive league wins. They find themselves 1-0 down at the moment. They're going to make a substitution themselves now as Dalgielui comes on. Don't know who he's coming on for. We can't see the shirt number at the moment, but 61 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Bromley 1.
Substitution. Tell you that the 50-50 prize has been claimed.
Well, it does look like it is going to be for the captain, Suwamni. So I don't know if he's carrying a knock or not, but the captain has been prominent in this game. Well, Bromley taking on a time to take on lots of water here. I did jest that it was tropical climes here. It's not that hot the way they're going on about taking on that much water. But we'll get underway now as ball played short to Marshall, back to Story, pings it out to Pye. Pye can carry the ball forward now. Back to Story though. Pye. Ball forward, it wasn't the greatest. And Gateshead chasing the ball down. Ball pinged over the top. It's going to go out of play for a Gateshead throw. Inside their own half on the far side. Well, for some reason, apparently on the National League streaming service there is no stream. Well, let's see, on our end is all right. Sadly, I think as now the ball comes out of play. I'm just going to quickly send a message to somebody. Well, the throw is taken now. Ward wins the header. Conte has it midfield back to Ward. Ward, the ball just didn't go out. There was appeals. Everyone stopped playing. But Dennis now drives forward with the ball. Bailey slips. Ball into the centre. It went very deep. There's nobody there, but Panny heads it clear on as far as Forster. And he hits the post. Cheek's there to put the rebound in. Offside flag goes up. Michael Cheek, he puts his finger up aloft to say, no, that was wrong. But Gateshead, it was very tight there. And, well, the ball rebounded to Cheek off the post. Well, we're back underway. Short kick taken there. Can only say apologies to everyone on National League streaming service. It's nothing to do with us if it's back there, if it has went off. Seems like the receiver must have went off at the top of the stand. Very disappointing. Story plays it out to Pye. Thankfully, all you beautiful people on YouTube can hear us as Wern plays it out to Panny. Panny, can he put the delivery in? It comes to Nango's chasing out the offside flag come up on for Panny when he received the ball. And just to make sure if anyone can on YouTube, just to confirm that we are coming through. Never great to hear that people can't hear, especially when they've paid for it on the National League streaming service. But you people are the bread and butter. You're the ones that love it on the audio stream. Don't tell National League streaming service we said that. But free kick to Bromley, taken up towards Story. Has all the time in the world to nod it back up the pitch. Bingham Gateshead can bring it down in midfield. As Wern, well, it's been pulled back for a foul on Ollie, who's down on the ground. Hopefully he's all right. Gateshead, the ball is out. Ollie's up. Okay, he's sat up. Oh, Arvid's confirmed we're fine at the moment with the audio. Thank you very much. Arvid, are you coming over for Wembley? What's your plans? Well, there is going to be another substitution here. This one for Gateshead, as Adam Campbell is stripped and ready to go. And it looks like Connor Panny is going to be the player that makes way. Will we have a change in formation here? I think we might see Wern maybe drop back to left wing back. We'll see. But now Gateshead adding some firepower onto the pitch here. Adam Campbell is going to replace Connor Panny, who hasn't seen it because he's got the sun in his eyes. He has seen it now. He's left the pitch on the far side. And Adam Campbell is on. And we are going to see the little magician in action here this afternoon.
Being replaced by number 11, Adam Campbell.
Always in London from Friday to Monday, Wembley weekend, Arvid. Gateshead get the game back underway. Pye receives the ball. Back to Francis. Back to Pye. Can Gateshead get some probing balls into the channels and exploit the pace of both Wern and Campbell as Conte just holds the ball up, plays it back to Story. All inside the Gateshead half at the moment. Conte turns, receives the ball. Gets it out to the far side, Wern. Conte. Campbell's dropped deep, gets his first touch. Plays it out to Pye. Pye now drives forward with the ball. Plays it in the centre. Francis with a little flick. Didn't get through to Dinanga. And now Bromley will try and get the ball moving forward as they have done. Cheek nods the ball down, but only as far as Ollie. He's got space to run into. He's got targets to aim for. Ball across the far side. The ball to Wern. It just didn't have the curl and dip on it. And the keeper can gather it okay. Connor Panny gets a warm round of applause. Tommy Dolman has said we're still on YouTube, our dulcet tones. Thank you. It's just a shame about the national stream service. As Ollie wins the ball, as Gateshead have the throw in, and they're not happy on the Bromley bench. A strong tackle. And he's still down on the ground, is Topolage. There's a 50-50 ball to be won. Hopefully we are back on the National League streaming service so people have commentary on there. Never nice to have a technical fault. From our end, we're on. We know our transmitter is sending the signal. Dinanga brings the ball down, but it just goes away from Gateshead. Pick up the second ball. And the ball poked out to play for a throw for Bromley. Just went a little bit scrappy here. We've got about 22 minutes remaining. Gateshead looking to get themselves back into the game. 1-0 to Bromley. Corey Whiteley with the goal at the back post. Gateshead passing the ball around. Conte, was he fouled? He was. Well, they tried to take the ball quickly there. The referee wasn't having anything of it. Now it's underway. Bailey has the ball. Well, now it is. Story. Back to Marshall. Marshall to Pye. Gateshead on the left-hand side as Wern plays the ball through for Campbell. Reynolds read it well there and just gets in front. Now cleared by Bromley by the keeper. The ball bounces through. There's Story to poke it back up towards the forward line. Forster controls it. Comes away from two Gateshead players. And now they try and build for the left. Pings the ball over the top. That was good from Bromley. But there was Story just to mop up at the back. And Conte passes it back to Story again. Conte keeps the ball moving out toward here on the right-hand side. Plays it back to Bailey. Bailey now So it was intercepted though by Bingham, and now Cheek finds himself in the area, tries to lay it off to a teammate, but Gateshead intercept, and Gateshead can break now. Ollie, he's got the targets on the far side. Wern holds the ball up on the halfway line, drives forward with the ball now. He's got players on the inside, he's still going. Wern lays it off. Francis, now Ollie, left-hand side of the box. Can he get across in? He's up against Bingham. Still on the ball, Ollie. Lays it off now to Campbell, edge of the box. Peels for him to shoot. Now he's going to go for it here. Oh, he isn't. He's still going. He's got Ward and Bailey in support. Picks out Bailey. Bailey puts a cross into the box, headed clear. Only as far as Bailey. Well, of course, going to run out for a throw. Bailey comes across to take it. Well, we're seeing a player go down. 2 Bromley players go down here. It did look like Arthur's just went down for no reason, unless he's twisted a knee or an ankle. There was nobody near him. The referee's calling on the physio now. And the cynic in me would say that is a bit of sportsmanship there, gamesmanship. Hopefully he's all right. Never want to see a player injured, but he's got cramp. Well, he wasn't feeling it was cramp. He's holding his face. So 2 players down with cramp for Bromley. It's not a sweltering hot day here. It is warmer in the sun, granted. But in the stand here, it's a bit nippy. Yes, Ian Smith's put no audio on National League TV, by the way. Nothing to do with me. I have everything set up and broadcasting as it should be at my end. I'm guessing the receiver isn't switched on at the camera. Well, he's received his treatment, taking on more fluid. And Arthur's taking his time now to walk off the pitch. Now, I'm not close enough to shout up to the cameraman to switch on the receiver. There we go. Ball now with Pye. Pye gives it to Campbell. Campbell looking to get the ball moving forward. Picks out Dinanga. Dinanga's ball nearly, well, Gateshead managed to get the ball back, but it's scrappy. And at the moment, and it's a foul to Gateshead. The ball was already played back, and there's a Bromley player down on the ground at the moment. He's being picked up by Story. He doesn't want to get up. Oh, well. Poor Jude Arthurs. He's really going through the walls this afternoon. It's funny when the referee said he had already given the free kick to somebody else, he pops up like there's nothing wrong with him. One second. I'm going to do a little bit of jiggery pokery here. One second. Right, there we go. I've tried to get the National League streaming camera on out the top. Well, free kick taken across to Francis. Francis drives forward, goes for a shot. It's hit the legs of a Bromley player, and now Cheek can try and clear it from the far side. He has, and it's going to bounce out to play for a throw to Gateshead. Now I've just got to fix my headphones. 1 second. Quickly taken. Conter carries the ball forward. He's got Bailey in space, who he uses. Bailey also has Ward in front of him, but can he put it into the centre? There's, do you know the screen's off? The audio. See if the receiver's on. Right, there we go. Just tried to tell one of the media guys there here at Gateshead to try and get the stream audio back working as the ball goes out to Story. Ball goes out of play though, and I'm just going to quickly put my headphones back. Well, I've reached out to see if we can get the National League streaming TV service back. If there is anybody on there, if they could let us know. Ball launched down the line, nodded on by Cheek. Dennis trying to get there. Gateshead managed to clear the ball back to Marshall. Marshall now pings the ball up towards Dinanga. Dinanga does very well to get it to Ollie. Back inside. Dinanga, can he get there? Oh, he's just beaten to the ball. And now Cheek up against Pye on the far side. Cheek driving with the ball, but Pye does it extremely well. Pulled down by Cheek. And then, well, Cheek with a little bit of more things going on there.
On national TV, wasn't near the crowd.
Well, we don't know what's happening there. On that note, apologies. Everything's plugged in the way it should be, but Ward, the ball goes out for a Gateshead throw just next to the Gateshead dugout. And, well, I know it's all going through on YouTube. Just the stream, National League TV doesn't have commentary, apparently. Yeah. Well, now, okay. I've tried to sort that out for those people that have paid for that. As much as I can do. Cannot leave the commentary desk. 76 minutes. Gateshead trailed by a 1-0 here. Oh, and the ball from Conter to Story wasn't the greatest, and a throw in right level with the corner of the box on our left hand side now. And well, frustrating afternoon at the moment, both technically and on the pitch, the result at the moment. But these lads have given us everything this season. Cheek plays it back to the goal scorer Whiteley, dispossessed by Ward. Ward does well there. Got Cheek behind him, plays the ball forward to Denanga. Denanga lays it off to Ollie. Ollie, lovely stuff to Ward. Ward now brings the ball through. Had to be a better ball than that. And now Denanga's going to try and chase it down. Ball pinged over the top. Bailey nods it down to Marshall. Ball out to Pye. Story can dink the ball over the top, looking for the run of Denanga. It'd have to be a lot better than that. We have Aaron Martin warming up down to our left-hand side at the moment. Got a hat-trick on Tuesday. He'll be itching to get on. Hang on, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'll find out if anyone has the National League streaming thing. Has the commentary come through? If anyone can let us know, @Heed_Army on Twitter, and let us know if the National League streaming service is back up and running with the audio as the ball comes through. Dennis couldn't get onto it, and Marshall can throw that out to Pye on the left-hand side. As Gateshead with Story in the centre. I've put a request out to listeners to see if it is coming through. Tell us to tweet us on Twitter. Sorry, just talking to one of our media guys. So hopefully it is coming through on National League TV streaming services. From our end, it all seems to be all right at the moment, but unfortunately it's not going through to the camera out onto the stream. As Gateshead now through Bailey to Ward, right hand side of the pitch, plays the ball forward but intercepted by Bromley, brought down by Story. There's the ball over the top towards Denanga. It's going to fall to Ollie though. Midfield pings the ball out to Campbell. Can he keep it in? He can it, and it's a throw to Bromley on the far side. Well, at the moment, I mean, it's definitely the levels are going out through the transmitter up to the camera, and you can hear it in the camera. You can hear it in the camera headphones, yeah. Well, as I say, if you're on National League TV streaming service at the moment, @Heed_Army, let us know if the commentary has come on there. Of course, we want everyone to be able to enjoy what they're wanting to use. As Ward up against Whiteley, who gets his body in front of the ball. Bromley moving the ball quickly. It does look like we're going to see Aaron Martin coming on shortly. Ball across the far side as Cheek chases their Gateshead having to sprint to get back in there. There's two Bromley players waiting near delivery, and the ball goes through, and there's the shot into the back of the net. Stirk was there. Gateshead struggled to get numbers back as they did. Stirk pounced on the cross in, and it's 2-0 to Bromley.
Goal scorer for Bromley, 15, Ryan Stirk.
Well, number 15, Ryan Stirk, was there at the right place, right time. The ball out to Cheek opened up the Gateshead defence. They were struggling to get back. They got caught on a high line, and Ryan Stirk was there to receive the cross in and take it to a 2-0 scoreline. Well, yep. Well, there is a substitution. Ed Francis is making way for Aaron Martin. What can Aaron Martin do? There's 10 minutes remaining for Gateshead to try and get something out of this game. And if they're going to do it, they need to get a goal soon. So if you all just joined us, 2-0 to Bromley, 81 minutes we're into. And Gateshead have an uphill battle to climb here at Gateshead International Stadium. There's now the ball pinged over the top by Bailey up towards Aaron Martin. Well, as he fouls Reynolds, free kick, and Reynolds lies down motionless. Now he starts to move.
Substitution for Gateshead. In the pitch, number 18, Francis. Replaced by number 15, Aaron Martin.
It hasn't been a bad display from Gateshead so far. One or two little mistakes here and there, but on the whole at the moment, of course, you don't want to see your side lose, especially when they've been on a great run. But that great run has hopefully guided Gateshead towards safety this season after the first season back in the National League. As Gateshead at the moment win a throw-in down here on our left-hand side, right-hand side of the Gateshead pitch, as Bailey is going to be the man to take it. As Bailey gets the ball back. Story. Well, Denanga and Martin up top now. What can they create? Pie. Back to Campbell. Campbell pings the ball through for Martin to chase onto. Reynolds is there. He's going to get his body in the way. Good defender from Reynolds. Big number 2. Wearing the captain's armband now. Well, in no rush to take this goal kick. Now the goal kick is taken by Charles Cook. Nodded on, going to be brought down by Dennison, but dispossessed. Now Campbell puts the ball over the top for Denanga. Topolage was there to block it, and he's going to get this ball as well. Pings the ball over the top, looking for Dennis. Gates can nod it down to Contour in midfield. Back to Story. Story out to Bailey now. Carries it forward. Looking to get the ball moving as Denanga brings it down. Can he get past his man? He couldn't. And now they can try and build in midfield. Out to Stirk, the goal scorer of the second goal. He's got Whiteley on the outside. Goes inside though, and now Arthurs goes down and well, he seemed to trip over his own feet there, but the referee was closer. Give him the benefit of the doubt. What can Bromley do here? Are they going to commit more men forward? Well, Whiteley hooks the touchline here on the left-hand side. Arthurs is there as well. Whiteley still out wide. Ball to Arthurs. Arthurs nearly trips there. That's the ball again. Plays the ball back down to Topolage. Topolage under pressure. Carries the ball forward himself. Still going Topolage. He's still going. Driving towards the edge of the box. Plays the ball across blindly. He tried to pick out the run on the far side. Didn't pick out his teammate there. And Gateshead caught napping at the back. Ball pulled back across. Dennis puts the ball over into the back of the net. He scooped it over. Marshall and Bromley. They've just absolutely capitalised on the sloppiness at the back there. The ball to Pye. He wasn't fully switched on. And there is the third goal. Well, Bromley, of course, they're pushing for the playoffs. And they're going to do their chances some fantastic things here with that goal. But unfortunately, looks like people on the National League streaming service haven't got us, so there's nothing we can do about that. But 3-0 it is to Bromley here in the second half. We have 5 minutes of normal time remaining, and we see a few people heading for the exits already these lads deserve an ovation when they come off for what they've done on the road here this season, especially at the back end of the season. They've been absolutely warriors at the moment, and a 3-0 scoreline here does nothing to dent the pride of what the Gateshead fans feel of what this team has achieved so far. Well, ball across to Pye. Pye looks like he's going to play it down the line, just holds it up. He's going to play it back to Story. Ball out to Bailey. Down the line to Ward. Ward's going to play it inside. There's Aaron Martin. His first touch, it went up in the air. Can he keep it? Gets it out to Ollie. Ollie puts a delivery in. Oh, Denanga couldn't get the contact on it he wanted. The ball cleared out to the far side. And, well, Gateshead have a throw. It's all on, but it's on YouTube, not on the National League. So, Conta plays it out to Pye. Gateshead win a throw in. No, comes off. Pye's going to take this throw. Well, there's going to be a substitution here. It is going to be Adam Marriott coming on. It looks like Michael Cheek will make way here. Alan Guest has put, I suppose it's sale of a day, but Tuesday against Dawkins should be the perfect remedy for the Heat to get back on form. Well,
Adam Marriott.
let's have a look to see if there's any interesting scores in the National League at the moment. Torquay have done themselves a good help in their relegation battle, a 3-1 win as it is at the moment against York City. Let's have a look how Aldershot are doing to see on that front. But Gateshead trying to build now. Ball into Denanga was cleared. As Aldershot are winning 2-1. So it's still very tight down the bottom for the teams involved further down below us. Gateshead, as it will stand, will only be 6 points clear of the relegation zone. The full time if everything stays like this as Whiteley nods the ball out. Both Aldershot and Torquay winning, but we'll see what the final scores will be in the next 5 minutes as Ollie tries to turn his man. Stirk got the ball. Bailey holds the ball up. Can he see it out for a throw? He can. Ollie gets it out to Ward. Ward forward to Ollie. Ollie tries to turn his man, but Topolage goes down yet again. Free kick to Gateshead. Took a little while for the referee assistant to give that one. Now, it's a case now of, well, we've got a little bit of time wasting on the far side. 88 minutes gone. 2 minutes remain of normal time. There's been quite a few substitutions, so I think we'll hazard 3 to 4 minutes here. There has been a few stoppages. Once again, someone's telling us there's only crowd noises on National League TV streaming service. I wish we could remedy that at our end. We know it's working. All you can hear. As Dennis is down on the ground. He's up now.
1,054, including 114 away supporters. Thank you.
Well, 1,054, 114 Bromley supporters have made the trip up. Commend every one of them. They've enjoyed their afternoon here at Gateshead International Stadium. But it's not over yet. The scoreline might say that though, but the game is still going on as the ball up towards Dennis. Story nods it to Marshall, who rolls it out to Conta. Gateshead still looking to get a goal. Of course, it could come down to goal difference at the end of the season. Every goal is vital at the moment. Wern, just tiredness there. The ball rolls out as we see another substitution going to be made by Bromley. They're running down the clock. We've got 45 seconds, well, 45 seconds remaining of the normal time. And it looks as though James Bennings is going to come on. for Bromley.
Well, Gateshead man of the match today is sponsored by Boston Sanderson Limited, our official travel partner, fueled by Villaforte. Difficult decision. Number 44, Stephen Wern.
Well, Stephen Wern is Gateshead's man of the match today. As we wait for the substitution, Bennings is going to come on and he will replace. Is it Offers? I think it is. As he trots over here towards the halfway line, applauds the away fans. And Bennings is going to come on for the last few minutes. We are into stoppage time now. We haven't had the board up for how long the stoppage time is. We're about to see that now. And let's say a big thank you to everyone that has joined us here on the commentary. Apologies to the people on National League TV streaming service. They haven't heard it. The second half, anyway. 5 minutes added on there? There's Gateshead. Well, Ward is in 8 as a space, but Story
Additional 5 minutes.
confirmed there. 5 minutes. We're already a minute into that, so about 4 minutes remain here. Gateshead International Stadium. Ball out to Pie. Ball forward though. Gateshead committing a lot of men forward, not picking up the second ball. Ball cleared, and Gateshead win the ball through Pie. Conter. It's just rolled now to a red shirt, and Stirk can play it through the middle. Dennis got it through, nearly got it to Stirk, and now Whiteley's going to chase it down. He gets the ball. Ward's there with him for company. Forces him back. It's played inside to Dennis. Dennis has Bingham. All about the top of Lodge. Oh, and gets past Aaron Martin. Well, the commentary is back on the National League TV. Apologies, I don't know what has happened there. Of course, it is 3-0 to Bromley here at Gateshead International Stadium. We can only apologise for the technical glitch that they've had on the streaming service this afternoon. We don't know what happened. It's up at the camera end down here from the commentary desk. Everything was as it should be, but up at the other end it wasn't working. But thankfully it's on now. But if you're a Bromley fan, you'll be much the happier, as now Bingham has the ball, plays it forward to Dennis. Dennis holds it up, and now he can bring the ball over the top. Whiteley's in acres of space, but he's going to have to chase this ball down. Gets it. Ward's there for company. Does well to keep the ball. Plays it down the line to Topolage. Inside. Now played forward as Gateshead give away a foul on. Now his boots off there on Dennis. And Gateshead, as I mentioned before, I don't know if you heard it on the National League TV streaming service, but on our other commentary service, I said, these Gateshead players, of course, they've run their hearts out in recent weeks. They've went last weekend, they got in the space of 5 days, 9 points. These lads have given everything here today, and Bromley, a very good side, chasing for the playoffs, and we wish them well in their endeavours that way. But Gateshead, we go back to work on Tuesday against Dorking Wanderers, and we'd love you to join us here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's the best place to see the football. We appreciate that people are on National League TV streaming service that kind of join us, and on the audio. Maybe you're at work, but come down here, support the lads against Dorking on Tuesday evening. So there's over 1,000 here today, 114 from Bromley. We thank everyone for their support. As the ball hits Vennings on the back of the head there. Andy Marriott on the back of the head. Adam Marriott. But Gateshead now can try and break. Well, have to pass it in the back first as the ball up. And now Bromley just find an extra bit of space now. They've got the pep in the step. What a 3-0 lead gives as Whiteley now, left-hand side of the box, pulls it back to Dennis. Dennis, he's got movement in front of him, but Gateshead close down the angles. Bingham back to Dennis. Dennis inside to Whiteley. Whiteley back heels it, but Gateshead can clear the ball up towards Dinanga, but there was Reynolds to ping that ball up the pitch, and it's going to bounce out for a goal kick. And surely there isn't much longer left here at Gateshead International Stadium. Say apologies once again for the National League TV streaming service. Say technical glitch. Wasn't from the commentary desk. But unfortunately, I don't know how long you missed out on commentary for in this match. Can only apologise. Gateshead. Ball with Marshall, who pings the ball up towards Aaron Martin. Reynolds is there. Ball won though by Martin and just picked it. Oh, Gateshead got it at the edge of the box. Oh, free kick given on the edge of the box and left-hand side of the D. Wow, can Gateshead claw one back here? Remember, hopefully it doesn't come down to goal difference. But Gateshead have a very good one. They'll be wanting to keep it in the positive rather than the negative. I think it's a level goal difference at the moment. So Gateshead would like to get +1. There's nobody else in the bottom half of the table that are in that side of the goal difference. There's Wern stands over the ball. Wern and Denanga, have they got something lined up here? Touch now. Campbell from the edge of the box. It's been deflected out. And there is the full-time whistle. Bromley run out 3-0 winners here in their played their part to get them into the playoffs towards the end of the season. Gateshead, maybe a game just too far in the past week and a half. They've given us everything and we can't really be upset with them. But we go again on Tuesday evening against Dorking here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's the game in hand. Can they make that game and count? And if they can, surely it will more or less secure safety in the National League. But once again, thank you for joining us here on the Heed Army podcast commentary. Apologies to the National League TV streaming service that didn't have commentary in the second half. And, well, we can only apologise about that. And hopefully in the next game we have no problems like that. Once again, like and subscribe. Join us Thursday evening, 8 p.m. on Heed Army Podcast Live. We'll be talking about this game and we'll be talking about the Dorking game on Tuesday. And we will see you then.